Wembley Arch has become the national symbol of solidarity. Here mourning with France and Belgium after terror attacks, and Ukraine after the invasion by Russia. But unlike other London landmarks, it will not be illuminated in the colours of the Israeli flag after last Saturday's Hamas massacre. Instead, before England host Australia on Friday night, there will be a moment of silence to remember Israeli and Palestinian victims.
It's one of the most complex situations in the world, and I think everybody is grappling with how best to deal with that. I don't know what it's like to walk in the shoes of people on either sides of that conflict.
The plan was formed after almost a week of silence by football leaders. Days of discussions left the Football Association having to navigate being consistent with past commemorations here and the complexities of commenting on the bloodiest escalation in decades in a long-running conflict. Ultimately, they attempted to come up with a nuanced position that honours all victims, while at the same time banning any fans bringing Palestinian or Israeli flags into the stadium on Friday night. Palestinian flags have been displayed prominently by players at games in England. The FA is recognising those killed in Gaza after Israel's military retaliation, as well as more than 1,300 Israeli victims of the Hamas atrocities. But the Board of Deputies of British Jews has called the FA's response weak for not mentioning what it calls the mass terrorist murders of hundreds of innocent Israelis. For a former head of English football, the tributes announced seem inadequate.
I think it's a matter of whether you've got the common human decency to recognise the pain and the suffering that people have gone through and understand it immediately. They're doing everything too late. Banning the flags makes complete sense to me, because what you certainly don't want is a disruptive political demonstration in a stadium. Lighting the arch would have done it. It's a very, very clear signal.
Last year, England did pose with the Ukraine flag, but now they're avoiding taking sides in a conflict, however divisive that is to some. Rob Harris, Sky News, Wembley.